Greetings, scholars. I'm Ms. Busiko, your third grade reading teacher, your writing teacher, and your grammar teacher. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you this school year virtually. Although we won't see each other in person, working virtually will be just as fun and engaging this school year. A little about me. I'm from Miami, Florida. I graduated from Bethune-Cookman University with a bachelor's in elementary education and Nova Southeastern University with a master's in reading. My best friend and I, we went to college together and we are still close to this day. Many people say we look alike and sometimes we get asked if we're twins. She's an educator as well, teaching in Saudi Arabia. I have a Black Pekingese who is 16 years old. I've had her since she was 6 weeks old. I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and I love to travel, especially to the Caribbean. My goal this school year is to expand our scholars' understanding in reading and writing, and to develop their skills so that they can get used to reading and comprehending longer text, fiction, and nonfiction. Some of the programs that we will be using this year: USA Test Prep. This is where you will take some of your class assessments, and you can also use this program to practice. They have tons and tons of practice resources on this site, as well as games. We'll be using Nearpod, which is one of my favorites. It's very engaging, and I think you will enjoy it. Accelerated Reader, also known as AR. This is where you will take your reading assessments. Once you complete a book that you enjoy reading, you take the assessment and you get your points. Each month, I set a goal for you and you are expected to meet that goal. You are graded on that. Google Classroom. This is the heart, this is the hub of this virtual learning. You need to make sure you are familiar with Google Classroom. This is where you will find your assignments, your resources, your weekly agendas. Everything you need to know is located in Google Classroom, which you can access it through your email account. My expectations. Now, if you've seen Ms. Hamilton's video already, or if you haven't, she goes in depth with our expectations for third grade. But I want to go over it just a little bit because I've added a few. Make sure you use headphones to minimize your distractions. Create a quiet learning environment within your home. You don't have to go out and buy a desk and buy all this material. Just find an area in your home that you can work quietly and that you can be the most successful. Have a journal and a pencil with you each day. And for each class, my class, Ms. Emil's class, and Ms. Hamilton's class, always have your journal and your pencil on hand. That way you don't have to scramble looking for anything that will take you away from your learning session. Be sure to participate daily. And education honesty. We want the best for our students and we want them to be successful, but they cannot be successful if parents or siblings are completing the assignments for them. Especially assessments. When students take assessments, we really want them to do these assessments independently. That is the only way we'll know what areas of concerns that child may have, what areas we need to work with that child. We have incorporated time during each day for small group instruction. That is the time we'll work with students based on either their reading level or an assessment that they've completed and did not do well on. If students are not completing these tasks independently, once we return back to school face-to-face, they will fall behind. So please, I'm asking for education honesty so that we can give each student what they need. You have an assignment. I want you to log on to Nearpod and complete an activity on digital citizenship. No, this activity is not mandatory and it's not for grade. But I want you to get familiar with Nearpod as well as digital citizenship because I want you to do your best while learning virtually. Once you're on nearpod.com, enter the code ZQKLS. Be sure to input your name, Not your nickname, not your cousin's name, not your brother's name. Your name that is on the school's roster. And complete the task and have fun while doing it. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you virtually real soon. But I hope you attend the first day of school drive-through where myself, Ms. Hamilton, and Mrs. Emil will be a part of. I'm looking forward to a great year with you. Have a great one. Bye.
Hello, D.A.T.E family, especially my third graders, parents, and guardians. My name is Mrs. Hamilton. I am the third grade math teacher at D.A.T.E. I have been at D.A.T.E for 10 years. I've had 3 children graduate from D.A.T.E, and this school year I will be married 25 years. What do I like to do? I enjoy working out. I also enjoy reading, and I love walking my dog, Spirit. I look forward to hearing what you like to do. Now, let's take a peek into a virtual classroom open house presentation. Welcome to our virtual classroom open house presentation. I told you a little bit about myself. Now I'm going to briefly talk to you about the third grade math curriculum, virtual expectations, and communication. Let's start with the curriculum. Curriculum refers to the lessons and academic content taught in a specific course, which is math in this case. It's what I will be teaching in class. The curriculum is based on the Georgia Standards of Excellence. You can locate all of the standards on the Georgia Department of Education's website, www.GADOE.org. We will be using the My Math McGraw-Hill online ebook. This means students will log into their math book. To enhance the math curriculum, these are additional resources that we will use throughout the school year for student engagement. Technology. This is how virtual learning is possible. The learning management platform we will be using is Google Classroom. We will also be using Zoom and Google Hangouts for live class sessions, parent sessions, and conferences. Students will receive synchronous and asynchronous instruction. An example of synchronous learning is when the students and I are interacting with one another live on Zoom. An example of asynchronous is if I post this video presentation on Google Classroom along with an assignment to answer 3 questions. You would either post your responses to the class comments, email me, or complete a Google form. This is an example of synchronous and asynchronous learning. Take some time to get familiar with these words, synchronous and asynchronous. The virtual learning expectations are: number 1, create a space and time for learning. Number 2, seek help, whether it's from your teacher or your guidance counselor, Mrs. Hay. Number 3, sign into your virtual classrooms daily. Stay connected. Number 4, demonstrate learning by completing your assignments. Number 5, engage with the classroom. Number 6, communicate with your teacher and examine feedback. Number 7, wear attire acceptable for school. And number 8, be patient with yourself and teachers. Let's stay connected. Communication is very important. So think of the Fab 5. Number 1, my email address, which is my preferred method of communication, is dhamilton@dateacademy.org. Number 2, my contact number is 678-453-6939. Number 3, the email address for D.A.T.E is info@dateacademy.org. Number 4, the phone number at D.A.T.E is 678-999-9290, and number 5, the fax number, 678-999-9294. Do you remember my email, which is also my preferred method of communication? It is dhamilton@dateacademy.org. Our first environmental science theme is agriculture. This is another word you can get familiar with, agriculture. Let's recap. I talked about the math curriculum, technology, virtual expectations, and communication. Speaking of communication, my email address is dhamilton@dateacademy.org. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to this open house presentation. Let's support each other in our new way of learning. Now I feel like dancing. Did I tell you I like to dance? I'll see you August 17th.
Hey, boys and girls. Hi, my name is Missy Mill, and I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to a new school year at D.A.T.E Academy. This year in particular is very unique as all learning will be taught virtually. So what does that mean? It just means that we will be using the use of virtual classroom to engage and interact as we would in a traditional class setting. I'm so excited about the school year, and we will be covering so many topics in science and social studies. Some of the topics in science are habitats, pollution, heat, rocks. In social studies, we will be exploring the globe, taking a look at how America was discovered and all the important people who played a role in the colonization and exploration of North America, to name a few. In addition to all that, to help bring another platform for the Black Lives Matter movement, we will also be highlighting the important minorities, both past, present, that have helped shape and mold this very country. I am so excited about this school year and can't wait to meet you all. One thing I will need from you is to make this school year as absolute success is to follow our virtual etiquette. A lot of you guys are familiar with virtual etiquette because that's something that we discussed at the end of last year, but we'll be revisiting it this year once we start. In short, we just want you guys to respect one another. Though we will be learning under this unique circumstance, it's still very important that we maintain the school culture of D.A.T.E Academy and come to class dressed for success. So be in uniform and be ready to be engaged. I look forward to making this year one of the best, and I can only do that with your help. Here's to an awesome school year. Love, your science and social studies teacher, Ms. Emile. Welcome to third grade.